Beyond the land of Hattamala, Badal Sarkar. Badal Sarkar, who was born in 1925 and who died in the year 2011, is a renowned playwright and director who used plays as a tool to reform society. He started a new movement in the Indian theatre called the Third Theatre, following Grotowski's Puva theatre, with the intention of taking theatre to the working class and the marginalized. Ibong Indrajit and Sari Rat are well-known plays of him. Sarkar was awarded Padma Shri in 1972 and Sangeet Nadaga Academy Fellowship in 1997. His Beyond the Land of Hattamala is a satirical play that questions the ideals of the materialistic world. When two thieves enter a new world where there is no individual ownership of anything, a new perspective of life and culture is created not only in their minds but in the minds of the audience also. The play begins with the thieves Kenaram and Becharam, who are trying to escape from the pursuers. On their jumping into a river to save themselves, they reach a different land with different society. Seems like utopia. Hattamala is a typical material world of the modern time from where they are from. But the people in the never never land don't know what is selling and buying. As they don't have cash, everything belongs to everybody. Everyone works together to produce what the entire society needs. They prefer the fresh flower ornaments to gold and silver ornaments as they are beautiful and fragrant. So they are not mad of gold and any other precious metal. Kenaram and Becharam are greatly shocked to hear from a man that he eats in an eatery where he is. His children eat at school, and as his wife works in a library, she eats there. So, in the new land, all can go into an eatery and eat whatever they want, and they need not pay anything. Being thieves, they can't understand the concept of no money. Though they confess that they are thieves, the others don't know the meaning of thieves. When they make holes to steal, the people of the other land misunderstand them as architects. The doctor even says that the skill of building should be taught to others by Kenara. Thus, the thieves find liberty, equality, and fraternity there in the new land. It is totally different from Hattamala, where they used to see inequality, discrimination, corruption, greed, and exploitation. That is why there are no criminals and prisons in the new land. Moreover, there is no hunger and poverty and want too. Thus, Badal Sarkar, through this play, proves that the individual sense of ownership is the root cause of all social evil. Burning, short film by V.S. Sanoj. V.S. Sanoj is a Malayali journalist come filmmaker. He was known for his political columns and travel writings in various journals, newspapers, and online portals. V.S. Sanoj's Burning is a short film that has bagged various national and international recognitions and has been screened in 40 film festivals in India and abroad. It discusses the issues of female subjugation that cut across religion, caste, class, and financial status. The heartbreaking negotiation between two young mothers from two different classes of society over the mortal remains of one son brings to light the deep rootedness of patriarchy and helplessness of women. Poor Preethas marrying one from a different caste took the lives of her parents. They were burned to death. Then she lost her husband too. As she was uneducated, she struggled hard to bring her children up. Unfortunately, her son Chand too died unexpectedly. The money that was promised over her son Chand's body by Sagunala Mishra was somehow a relief to Preeta. That would help her to look after her surviving daughter. Though Shakuntala came from an affluent family, she couldn't become a national level hockey player as she dreamed. Shakuntala's son Puran had died by drowning. Both lost their sons. The hearts of both were also burning with pain as the burning bodies at the funeral ghat of Varanasi, where they stood and talked. However, the mother inside of Preeta was not ready to let go her son in that manner. She was hesitant. Actually, it was there that they realized their need to support each other. Both were victims of patriarchal violences. When Preeta offered comfort through her words, Shakuntala provided monetary help and refused to take Chand's body. A sisterhood was born out of that moment of crisis. They forgot their differences in social status and took into account only their losses. So, a strong bond of solidarity born out of their shared experiences of patriarchy was generated inside of them to help each other. Thus, the burning ghat at the end became a leveler and destroyed all kinds of barriers between different classes and castes. That was why Sakuntala decided not to take the body of Preetha's son for her use. Instead, she decided to provide financial help to Preetha then. In this way, the place of action too becomes a character in the short film Burning. That Day After Every Day by Anuraga Kashyap. Anuraga Kashyap, who was born in 1972, is an Indian filmmaker and actor known for his works in Hindi. He is the recipient of several prestigious awards, including four Filmfare Awards and an honorary award from the government of France. His attempts to bring to focus the social injustices of the time has labeled him as the wingman of realism in Bollywood. That Day After Every Day is a Hindi short film directed by Anurag Kashyap and written by Nidin Bharadwaj in 2013. The short film revolves around three women who decide to leave the imagined protection of home and claim their space and voice both in home and outside. Three women from different households are shown in the beginning. The deep rooted misogyny is also shown through overprotective husbands and mother in laws inside their houses. They are stared at and judged for their choice to move outside their houses and to earn money on their own. They are not free from the clutches of patriarchy, even inside their working space, as they have decided to stand tall as independent figures with jobs. They use silence and pretend negligence as their weapons first, though they are somewhat sufficient to the attacks inside the houses. They become impossible for them to survive outside their houses. The men outside began to molest them on the road. When women are out of their homes, misogyny takes the shape of violence that is both physical and mental in nature. As no one is there to defend them, they realize self defense is the best defense. Moreover, they also realize the need of sisterhood among them is also needed to fight back and claim their voice and space. With the help of one whom they call Didi, they muster courage and strength to hit evil in the eye. They take basic lessons of martial arts and, in an act of survival, fight against the men who intrude into their space. At last, the men succumb to the sisterhood. Actually, the fight they have won is not just against the bullying men, but against patriarchy in general. Even the men in their houses decide to have a change in their attitude towards them after that incident. That is why the place occupied by a woman in the first scene, the kitchen, is replaced by a man in the last scene. By showing this scene at the end, this film gives the message to women: self defense is the best defense. An excerpt from Abhijnanasakuntalam, Kalidasa, who was born in between 4th century and 5th century AD. Kalidasa is unanimously admitted to be the greatest Sanskrit poet and dramatist. Scholars of Kalidasa are of the opinion that he belongs to Jain during between the period of 2nd century BC to 5th century AD. His surviving works consist two epics, three plays, and two short poems. His two well-known epics are Kumara Sambhava, and Raghuvamsha. His three famous romantic plays are Malavigagni Mitram, Vikramurvashiyam, Abhijnana Shakuntalam. The recognition of Shakuntala. Abhijnanasakuntalam was translated into English by Sir William Jones in 1789 and won universal recognition. Abhijnanasakuntalam is a drama of 7 acts that is based on the old legends of Shakuntala described in Mahabharata. This excerpt from Abhijnanasakuntalam deals with Shakuntala's bidding farewell to the flora and fauna of the hermitage. Shakuntala, the foster daughter of sage Kanva, falls in love with King Dushyanta, who had come for hunting. Abhijnana is a sign which in the play is a signet ring that was gifted by Dushyanta to Shakuntala on his wedding her according to Gandharva rites. Then Dushyanta leaves the hermitage, promising her his return soon. Unfortunately, Shakuntala is cursed by sage Durvasa for neglecting him when he visits the ashram. His curse works in such a way that Dushyanta forgets her. However, having given birth to a son, Bharata, after years, they get united at the end. In the excerpt, the Holy Grove is grieving at the departure of Shakuntala to her husband Dushyanta's home. There, the flora and fauna behave as if they were human beings with sentiments and emotions. The dove tosses out mouthful of grass. The peacocks dance no more. Pale leaves flutter down as if the vines are shedding their limbs. In her absence, Kanva plans to take care of Madhavi, a jasmine plant. The little fawn, Shakuntala's adopted son, is tugging again and again at the hem of Shakuntala's garment. He doesn't want her to go away, leaving him. Chakravaga ignores the call of his mate as he is gazing at Shakuntala, who departs. Her friends Priyamvada and Anusuya too cry. Thus we see all the things in the holy grove are grief-stricken at the thought of losing their beloved Shakuntala. Kalidasa marvelously portrays the hermitage where all living beings exist in harmony and also help us to understand the unique relationship between Shakuntala and the holy grove.